Hey, what's going on, everybody? So I watched the series premiere for Daredevil Born Again. I was very much looking forward to this. So quick history lesson or refresher for those of you who are already in the know. Maybe don't want to hear this again, but I'm going to do it anyway for people that aren't in the know. So before there was Disney Plus, I know it's a crazy thing to think about that there was a time without Disney Plus. Netflix, you know, that service we all have that keeps charging up out the ass and we just accept it. They were licensed to do a lot of different Marvel series before the concept of Marvel series wasn't even a thing to Marvel Studios. And a lot of those Marvel series were met with a lot of critical acclaim, especially the series Daredevil. But when Marvel Studios figured out that they could put their own shows onto Disney Plus, they kind of took those shows back. And like, while we weren't sure that they even took place in the Marvel Cinematic Universe or not, or that Marvel Studios considered them Marvel canon, so to speak, essentially what Marvel did is they ended up adding it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe timeline, saying, hey, they were pretty much canon the whole time. And then of course they announced they were going to do more Daredevil with Charlie Cox in the role and Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin, and the other two main characters, Karen and Foggy, we weren't sure if they were coming back.
Will we see you in any of this upcoming phase of Marvel movies and Disney series?
I can say this, they have not called me yet. So as of now, I am not a part of it. I would be thrilled to get to be a part of it. They know where I am.
Yeah.
Like I said, I love the character of Karen Page. I love telling that story. I feel like I have more to say, but it is up to them what kind of story that they want to tell.
But Eldon Henson and Deborah Ann Wool did end up agreeing to come back to this, and it sounded like it was going to be great, along with John Berthel's Punisher, and the trailer looked amazing. And I'm going to try to keep this pretty much non-spoiler, but my thoughts are that this actually has the potential to be Marvel's best thing yet. I really thought that this was absolutely stellar. We had a 2-episode premiere, and I just thought they nailed the tone. The tone felt like the Daredevil Netflix series for sure. I like that they kind of use this to tie into the Daredevil Netflix series, but also some of the events that happened to Disney Plus, since they have been slowly rolling these characters out in other projects, to mixed reactions from the fans, of course. But this show really did nail it and bring it back. It was such a return to form. It's bold. It makes bold decisions straight out of the gate. I was really shocked at some of the decisions they made right in the beginning of the show, but I think ultimately it led to the best storytelling that they could have had here. This time it's being done by Benson and Moorhead, the creators of Moon Knight, and I was actually really surprised at how well of a job they are doing with this. If it stays consistent, this will be the best MCU thing out there. It really is that good, and I hope it really stays on this track. The writing is just phenomenal. I mean, the dialogue in this series just works so well. It has this real premium show feel to it. I think if it stays on this track, it so far has that potential to also be better than the Netflix one. I'm not even kidding, because the Netflix series was great and very dark and very gritty, and I understand why fans say that it did circles around some of the Disney Marvel stuff, but this just felt so much more concise in a good way. Like, it felt like the creators really looked back at those 3 seasons on Netflix and were like, okay, this is what worked, this is what didn't. I think it's gonna work really well for new viewers, introducing new viewers to Daredevil, the ones that didn't watch the Netflix series. I think worst case scenario, they're gonna watch this and say, okay, now I need to go back and watch those 3 Netflix seasons, if this turns out to be good all the way through, of course. And then for us who did watch those 3 seasons, I mean, we're just feeling rewarded. I mean, they still gave us that payoff, which was really fantastic. And I'm glad it doesn't stray away from that TV MA rating, right? Like, it still is very dark, it's very gritty, very grounded, and I love having a street level hero like this again, or vigilante, or whatever you want to call the devil of Hell's Kitchen at this point. But Charlie Cox is back. He does a fantastic job. So does Deborah Ann Wool and Eldon Henson. I mean, they really reprised their characters very well. Karen, Foggy, and Matt are all very consistent with what they were in the Netflix show. Same goes for Wilson Fisk, played by Vincent D'Onofrio. I think he is still one of Marvel's best villains to date, and he just really keeps playing it this well. So far, I'm very excited for this show. I can't wait to see where it goes. I just think that these 2 episodes were just so well done. I love that they did a 2-episode premiere because it really gives you an idea of where it's going. I was worried after Captain America Brave New World. I had a very similar situation to this, where Kevin Feige saw what was being made and demanded reshoots because he didn't think it was correct, and I didn't like Captain America Brave New World, honestly. And this I loved. I think that they reshot it for the better. Like, the things that were reshot to make it a better show probably had purpose just based on these first 2 episodes. I'm hoping it stays consistent. then I usually have a 3-episode rule. If it's like not good within the first 3, I usually tap out. So I'm hoping episode 3 still brings us the same amount of amazing that this did, because I can't believe how great this actually turned out. I thought it was fantastic. The fight scenes are great. It's well shot, brutal, it's gritty. The storytelling is the best of Marvel. It's like Marvel's peak. So I'm gonna get into a spoiler because I feel like it needs to be addressed. So if you don't want to know anything, tune out now. But for those of you who did tune in, thank you for being here. Let me know if you're gonna check out Daredevil Born Again. Did you check out Daredevil Born Again, and what did you think so far? So we need to talk about the spoiler, and that is the death of one Foggy Nelson. And it all kind of happens right before the opening credits, and I was pretty upset. I'm not gonna lie, I'm upset that Foggy was dead, but seeing how it's been used as a storytelling device moving forward within the series, I actually think it was really a justified decision. It really creates this sense of nobody's safe throughout the rest of the show now. Can Karen potentially die at some point? I mean, I think that that's on the table now. All the characters have the potential to die, probably with the exception of Daredevil himself, but damn, did this really work. And also, I do want to talk about, kind of a spoiler, kind of not, it's in the trailer, but the conversation between Matt Murdock and Wilson Fisk was so well written. It's just some of the best written dialogue we've had in one of these Disney Plus MCU shows, and I think that this is, again, it's the peak. This is the best of Disney Plus MCU. So I'm really hoping for consistency, guys, but let me know what you thought of the series overall. And before I get out of here, if you like what you saw here today, please like the video, subscribe to the channel, leave some feedback in the comment section, share with friends, hit the bell for notifications. My name is Dom, and I will talk to you guys later.